What's up, you fools? Matt, ESCunited, your favorite Eurovision channel, and welcome to Mattitude, the Eurovision live stream where we talk about, you guessed it, Eurovision news, the Eurovision news of the week, and of course, answer your questions. How are you all doing? It is so good to be back. I didn't have much time to live stream this past week because I was, guess what, in beautiful Europe, Amsterdam, Germany, and the United Kingdom to do the whole Amsterdam in concert thing and the London Eurovision party, and I'm going to talk about that in just a moment, and then we'll go from there. It is so good to be back, though, to talk about the best thing in the world, and hopefully you'll join me, and this is very just an open session, if you will. This is, as I said earlier, the calm before the storm, where there is little news when it comes to Eurovision. A few pieces here and there are coming in, but mostly the singers and delegations, they're all focusing on rehearsing, getting ready, promotion, and all of that good stuff. So in the meantime, we can focus on little things here and there. I am stressing because, I'm like, 12 days away from going to Eurovision. So much stuff to do. But for now, I just want to give a big shout out to everyone in the chat that is joining in. I see Anita Hjort Folkman. Hello from Denmark. Well, hello from California. Right back at you. So, I changed, who else is there? Josh Baldwin, hello, is there. Eurovision in Ireland is right there. So, how y'all doing? Tasha Lulu is in the house. I don't know, I usually don't talk like that, but right now I'm in the mood. So first of all, again, we'll talk about all the news that are happening. There's not much going on, but I'll bring up a few things anyway. So today, you can use this wonderful opportunity to ask questions. So first, I wanted just to throw something. As you know, for like 9 days, I was in Europe. So I left, gosh knows how long ago, from California, flew to Amsterdam, which is not a short flight, to say the least, from Los Angeles, and to go to Eurovision in concert, meet the fans, not my fans, but the Eurovision fans, and interview the artists, and then ultimately watch the show. And then afterwards, a week later, I stayed in Europe. I went to London and do the same thing over again. And boy, that was so much fun. So, those who have never experienced it before, if you ever have the chance, do it. It is so much fun. You're like just surrounded by like-minded people. Maybe I am more gravitating towards that one because I live here in California, where there are hardly any Eurovision fans. I should say almost none. So this is my opportunity to just immerse myself into Eurovision, I guess, and I loved it. So I flew into Amsterdam, and then Saturday morning, my buddy Sean, you know him probably, he will be in Tel Aviv, so you'll see plenty of him. We met up and went to the press center, signed up, all of that stuff, walked up there, and then they had this big walk. All the acts had to walk in, and then they're doing interviews, and after that they had like a bunch of sections, like tables and couches, where each act was sitting, and then the press would walk up to them, wait in line, and talk to them. And I talked to quite a few of them. A lot of the videos are already up, and that was an amazing experience. This was the first time where almost every single singer recognized me, people. It was really weird. So I just want to give you the story. I walked in, right? And I was like, all right, I want to talk to the host nation first. Because, they're the host nation. So Kobe. So as they were talking, I slowly made our way to the table, and I asked to the guy from the delegation, so can we talk to Kobe, please? I really love him and the song, and I want to talk to him. And they're like, yeah, of course. So I was the first in line for it, and then once all the acts were let go, so they can walk to their tables, Kobe came towards me, his table, and Sabin was like, this is how it worked. I know you! And then he gave me this big hug, and I'm like, oh my god, he knows me? I guess he really liked my video. It was super sweet. So we had this wonderful conversation, and he is such an amazing spirit. I love him. I mean, as you know, I love his song anyway, but he was amazing. So then I was done, right, with the interview. We hugged one more time, and then I had someone kind of tap me on the back of my shoulder, and I was like, what? And it was the Australia delegation guy, and he said, Kate from Australia would like to talk to you. She loved your video. I'm like, wait, I'm getting requests now? It usually works the other way around. So I walked up to Australia, talked to her. The Armenian girl recognized me. That was really funny, Sir Book. And then I walked up to Switzerland, and he was not sure at first. He was like, I know you. It was so funny. I'm like, you guys watch my videos. This is now I had to think like 3 times about what I'm saying. But I'd like to think I'm professional and polite enough that I'm not like that rude to worry about it. But it was a wonderful experience. I talked to so many people there, and the Greek team was amazing. Like, I insisted to talk to Catherine because she also recognized me and she wanted to talk to me, but there was a long line, so I started chatting with the songwriters, and they were just the delights to talk to. They're so excited that they're out there and get to experience them. People love their song. So that was the way I wrapped up the interview session. We only had 2 hours, by the way, so it was a hustle, like boom, 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 go to this act, and then you have to like 3 or 4 minutes to talk max. So it's very, very stressful. It's the first time I've done that in Amsterdam, but it was a joy. It was so much fun. Then once that was all done, Sean and I met up with 2 of our colleagues, Roy and Melanie. You probably know them from our review videos. We all met up, had just something to drink. Then we went to a fancy restaurant called McDonald's, where we had just this quick snack. And then we just walked into, we did a live stream. I forgot, we did a live stream, actually, from Amsterdam. We had some technical difficulties as expected, but we made it work for just like 30 or 45 minutes. And then we started walking into towards the arena because it was people already lined up like at 9 in the morning. I wasn't even there to do the whole press thing at that point. So it was amazing how dedicated these fans are. So I walked up there, and a lot of you guys came up to me and wanted to take pictures and just talk to me, and it was so amazing. That's exactly what I wanted to do, to talk to people. And I had the most fun. Like, even then, once I walked in with my ticket to watch the show, I was pretty central from halfway from the stage, but right in the center. And people came up to me even as I was like getting ready for the show. And it was amazing. I had so much fun, and I really, really, really appreciate that. And it was a lot of fun. I actually spent the next day still in Amsterdam because I had so much work to do. A bunch of videos to load up and articles to write. And then I spent a few days with my family and then off to London. And London was a similar experience, although it was a little different, I guess. So it's a similar process. Me and my buddy Gary, who was my camera guy, we walked up there as well. And in the morning, we had our accreditation letter so we could get in. And we were randomly the first people up there. So we grabbed a good table. And what we thought was a great table. In the end, it wasn't that great. But anyway, it was the first time I've done that. And I didn't know how it quite worked. So I talked to some of the people. And then at some point, you have to kind of find the delegation leader and ask, can I talk to this person? And I hate trying to insert myself. It's just not who I am. I'm very low key. I'm very friendly. I'm not a very pushy person. And doing that, I need to be a little bit more forceful. So that was a little bit out of my element, but I tried my best. But I was getting sick as well that day. That's the sucky part, so I couldn't say until the very end. So that was unfortunate. So I couldn't do as many interviews as I wanted to because I fell sick. But I talked to like 7 or 8 artists, and it was wonderful. And I had a lot of people come up from wonderful people like Eurovision Hub came up, and some other folks from other news outlets just talking to me that they enjoy my content. And of course, my buddy Devin from Weeby Blogs. All I did was turn around and I heard Mattitude. And I'm like, oh gosh, it's Devin, and he just gave me a big hug. He's like amazing. So we just talked for a few minutes. We didn't have that much time because there was so much going on. So I talked to him for a few minutes, and then I had to head out because I was sick. But I did a bunch of videos, and then yeah, I went to a restaurant to have some food, and then watched the concert in. So London Eurovision party is different. Like the venue, Café de Paris, right? It is a very intimate venue in that sense. It's small, it's your standing area down there, and then the balconies for the VIP folks. I was up there actually. That was really cool. So it's not that big, but that intimate feel is very different from what we see at Eurovision, because it's big, grand, and a TV show, right? So there you feel like you connect with the artist, so you will not have that Eurovision, so it's nice to have it that way. And the acoustic in there was amazing. Like, I loved the sound. Everyone sounded perfect. And there's like, there are no bad singers. I know a lot of people are saying some people sounded not as good in Amsterdam. The sound was a little bit more difficult for the microphone to pick up. I know a lot of people said Greece didn't sound good, Switzerland didn't sound good, and Armenia and some others, but in there, I thought most people sounded good. I don't know how the microphone picked it up. I'm sure some of you have seen the videos. I had a difficult time to pick out any bad voices that night. It sounded all really, really good, and it was wonderful. Because and then what I found weird was some acts performed one song, some others performed two, and it was very weird. Like, were you asked? Did you volunteer to sing to? What is part of your negotiations? I don't know. For instance, Norway sang two songs, but Belgium only performed one. Latvia performed one. Spain did two. So you never know. They all performed their song, of course, and some acts actually performed a second song, whether it's a cover version from another song or a song from their album, something like that. The show starts, by the way, with all the former acts or whatever, perform. So I know that Suri opened the show. Then we had IQ from last year from North Macedonia. We had Anna Bergendahl from Sweden performing, and I'm missing someone right now. There was at least one other act that has... Oh, Magda, I forgot her name. Poland 2011. As a matter of fact, she had 3 songs, which was really funny. I'm like, she gets 3 songs? So that was a very interesting event. I loved it though. I had so much fun, and again, I met so many people. I remember, like, at the end of the night, I stayed at the Gatwick airport because I had a flight at like 7 in the morning. So I just wanted to head out there, but it was late and I didn't know where to go, and I couldn't find a taxi at first. And of course, in that hectic, I hear like people like, Matt, wanted to talk to me. I'm like, all right, I'll talk to people. So it was just crazy. I had so much fun, and then I had to fly back Sunday morning. No, not Sunday morning. Monday morning. Sorry. Excuse me. Monday morning. The show was Sunday night. And it takes a long time to get home, so I didn't get home until like that evening. I was exhausted, but it was so worth it. And I know tonight actually is the Madrid party in Spain, and I wish I could have been there for that, but I cannot be gone for this long, knowing that I'll be gone again in a couple of weeks for Tel Aviv. So I'm sad I can't be there for that. Maybe next year I will do that instead. I don't know yet, but I just want to share with you how my experience was, and those who walked up to me and wanted to talk to me, you made this experience amazing. It was like we just sat down, we talked for like God knows how long about things. One guy actually was really funny, and I appreciated it. That was right after we uploaded a video, and I turned around and he was like, I can't believe you said that about Estonia. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I gave it high points. Pretty high points, at least. He's like, how could you, what's so mean to Estonia? I'm like, I don't think we were that mean to Estonia. So like, oh my God, am I going to get yelled at right now? But he was really nice, actually. It was just really funny. I'm like, whoa. So that, I just wanted to give you a quick overview of my experience in Europe, those 2 concerts. Again, I'm not sad. I'm very sad I can't be there for Madrid. But hey, you can only do so much when you live that far away. Old Lies is actually asking right now, did your predictions change after seeing the artist perform or your own top 41? I haven't done a new ranking just yet for that. However, I can tell you that some songs definitely climbed up in my ranking. In that sense, they feel live, it feels better. Let me give you a few examples. Poland, for instance. It sounds very shouty on the CD. And yes, it may feel even a little shouty live, but it works. It works live. There's this weird chemistry and aura the act gives off. And I was just smitten by them. The way they performed. And it was just, so it definitely climbed up in my ranking. And initially, I didn't even have it in my top 10 for in that semifinal. They're definitely in my top 10 in that semifinal now. They have to qualify. It felt so good live. So they really won me over, and I wish them the best of luck. I want them in the finals. I enjoyed Austria as well. It's a very fragile song, and almost feels like vulnerable, like you're naked, and it makes you almost uncomfortable. But that is a very interesting feel. I still don't think it's going to be enough for Eurovision, but she did her best, and I was not a big fan of the song initially, but I did enjoy it like performed live. Lily Loves, thank you so much for your super chat. Let's do that again. Super chat. I'm glad you had such a good time doing the 2 pre-parties. Have $5 to get yourself something nice off that McDonald's dollar menu. I know. I mean, I try not to eat too much fast food, so I had like a cheeseburger and some fries. But Melanie gave me her Happy Meal toy, so that was totally worth it. Thank you so much, Lily Love. So that is what the experience was for me at that concert. I loved it. And it was all, of course, it was about Eurovision and the music, but ultimately for me, it was about the music. And I can say once again, I talked to so many acts and artists there, and this is what I love about Eurovision. These people are, for the most part, so down to earth and approachable, and it makes this whole experience so wonderful. I just want to be friends with all of them. And Poland, I just mentioned how I like the song. I really connected with them. I'm not sure if you watched my interview, but we really connected. We talked afterwards for a few minutes as well, because I did that DNA testing, right? And my family, I'm like, a big chunk of my heritage is from Poland, an area called Pomerania. And the singers, I think 3 of them, come from Pomerania. So we had like, what? And we talked about it, and she gave me a little bit breakdown. I don't quite remember what city my family was from, but it was just a really cool thing where we connected, and I genuinely enjoyed that. So yes, that is just a quick rundown of what happened these past 10 days with me. Well, I've been back for like 4 or 5 days now in the United States, so that was a lot of work. So by the way, if you have any questions for me, feel free to post them at ESCunited. Make sure you do that at ESCunited, so I can see that this is meant for me, just like Eurovision in Ireland has done. Since you follow the rules, I'm going to read your statement or question. Do you think Ireland can qualify from Semi 2? Because now they are last in Semi 2 for qualifications in the odds. You know, Eurovision Ireland, I just saw that today, that they were last in the betting odds. Keep in mind, betting odds, take it with a grain of salt. I'm still worried about them. I'm not saying they cannot qualify, because we said something similar about Ireland last year, right? However, it is a tough semi. I feel so bad for Ireland. They always end up in the tough semi. And it's going to be tough for them. It's going to be tough for them. I'm not going to lie. I forgot even what running order they're in. But right now, my gut is telling me no. Let's wait for the staging. It's possible. But I will say the odds say no, and I kind of agree with that. Not for me, because it's in my personal top 10 in that semi. Absolutely. So it's not me. Not me. And if you keep asking me questions, if I miss them, Ruben Mateos is asking, what do you think about this year orange carpet? Last year we had a blue carpet, now orange. You think it can become a Eurovision trend, so not to have a red carpet? It's very funny, because I remember last year I was saying, so who's going to the red carpet? And was like, it's a blue carpet. I'm like, shut up, no one calls it that. It's a red carpet event. You don't call it's a green room. Even if the green room isn't green, it's still what you call it. So I also call it red carpet. I don't know why they have to call it orange carpet. It's a Eurovision thing apparently now. Are we going for all the colors? I don't know. I find it confusing, but it's not a big deal for me. I'll call it orange carpet just to be, respectful of the wishes of the organizers. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know. How did you find the weather in London? Tasha Lewis asking. Many of us who were there were complaining about it was too cold. Well, this is not a fair question, Tasha, because you're talking to someone that lives in Southern California. I'm a California boy. I'm a surfer dude. No, I'm not. I've never surfed in my life. But I'm so used to warm weather. So I maybe got acclimated for a little while because it was quite cold in the Netherlands. It was okay there, that Germany was getting really cold during the week. So when I went to the UK, it was cold, but I was fine for the most part. Honestly, I was mostly inside anyway, so I had very little exposure to the weather anyway. But I was fine with it. But yeah, one thing I miss the most about home is my weather. If I could bring it along with me everywhere, I would be so happy. So, Sandbox is asking, when are you going to Tel Aviv? When is the first live stream for Tel Aviv? Okay, I was going to talk about that in just a moment, but since Sandbox asked it already, let's talk this through here. So let's talk a little bit about the upcoming event. I'm not sure if you heard about it, Eurovision. This is interesting. So, Eurovision, is an event over 3 days, obviously. Not over 3 days, like the first semi, second semi, and the finals, but it's a long rehearsal process. 2 years ago, was it, or 3 years ago, rehearsals usually started on Monday. Not like that week, but the week before, and then goes for the first week and the second week. I think it was starting in Kiev where they decided to actually have the rehearsal start on a Sunday, a day early, so they don't have too many rehearsals in one day because it's very exhausting and tiresome, right? So they decided, okay, let's just add an extra day and make it a little less stressful, I guess. Now, apparently, we do not have the actual official rehearsal schedule out yet, which is crazy considering we are less than 2 weeks away from rehearsals. They will come out soon, but I have heard, and it's almost confirmed, that rehearsals will start on a Saturday, like a day early even. I was like, are you flipping kidding me? And they announced that, not announced officially, I just knew, through my sources. I was like, I get there on Saturday at 6 in the morning. Or 5 in the morning or something like that. So basically what they're saying is I'm just waiting for my luggage to get out so I can jump on a train to Tel Aviv and go straight to the press center. That's basically what they're telling me. I was like, are you kidding me? Why a day early now? Even earlier, like it's been so long already. But as it turns out, apparently that first Wednesday, which I think is the 8th, May 8th, I want to say, it could be a day off. But I think it's May 8th is a holiday, although they have like 500 holidays anyway in Israel. But that one is a bigger one. It's their Memorial Day. So apparently there will be no rehearsals, no nothing that day. We're supposed to have a day off. That is at least what I am being told. So that means I have to be there immediately once I land in beautiful Tel Aviv. It's a little frustrating. My buddy Sean gets there like around 8 in the morning, I think. So he will probably join me in the press center early on. But other than that, it'll just be the two of us on day one because the rest of the team, which is David, Fernando, and Zach, they all arrive sometime Saturday. So on day one, it'll only be me and Zach entertaining you. So, but we'll make it happen, and that's how it goes. So I will arrive on the very first day of rehearsals, which is, let me bring up my calendar here, May 4th. May 4th, Saturday, May 4th is when I will arrive at 6 in the morning in Tel Aviv and immediately run to the press center. It's going to be exhausting. So, but that's how it works. In case you're wondering how all of that works, is on the Saturday then, the first half of semifinal 1 will rehearse for the first time. Then Sunday, the second half of semi 1. Monday, the first half of semi 2. And then the second half of semi 2 on Tuesday. That is what I expect to happen. And then Wednesday, if this is all true, will be a day off. Again, this is all tentative because the official one has not been released. This is just based on what I am being told right now. And then Thursday and Friday and Saturday will be the second round of individual rehearsals, along with the first round of rehearsals for the direct qualifiers, which are the Big Five and Israel, the host nation. So, and that'll all go all the way until Sunday morning. Sunday morning probably is when the Big Five and host will rehearse for the second time individually, and then the afternoon is the red carpet event. Sorry, orange carpet event. See, it takes a while to learn this. So that is basically how it works, and I'm going to be at the orange carpet, and I will do a whole lot, and then this will all happen, and then Monday is when the actual dress rehearsals will start. So Monday afternoon will be the first dress rehearsal of the first semi, the second semifinal of the the second. What am I talking about? Then Monday evening is the jury show already. So Monday evening will be the jury show where 50% of the results will be broadcast, and so on. The rest you'll get, right? I don't have to go through everything. That'll be posted soon. So this is what's happening as of right now, my understanding. Matt, what area of Tel Aviv will you be staying at? Gil Kagan is asking. I will be staying, I forgot the name of it, but it's basically North Tel Aviv. They always call the ritzy part of it. It looks really cute. I'm like 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes from the arena. It was very important to me to be close to the arena. I don't want to spend a lot of time every morning traveling back and forth. So I'm staying up there at Airbnb and pretty close. So I'm really excited about that. So Elad is also asking, can you talk about the volunteers in the contest? So, I mean, I only have limited understanding of volunteers, but every year volunteers can actually apply to be part of the Eurovision experience throughout those 2-3 weeks, depending on what you're doing. And you apply, as the name indicates, you volunteer. There's no money involved, right? So you apply, and then they put you in different positions based on your language, skill set, or where the need arises. And it could be anything. One of my friends was part of the delegation host. Like, they traveled with the delegations because they spoke the language and were kind of more like the guide through the delegations. But you could be working at the front desk. You could be working at the restaurant. You could be working behind the scenes as someone that is just guiding the people around. It's like David on our team. He has done volunteer work several times. This is actually his first time being like with the team rather than a volunteer, because he loves to volunteer. But this year he decided, okay, I'll join you guys. He's very talented. So he was, the last time he did volunteer was in Kiev. He was actually up there where all the commentators are, because they have all the booths up there. And he's just kind of more like the guy. And if they need anything, he was up there helping them out. You apply basically through Eurovision.tv. The time has expired, I think, by now. But if you want to do it next year, you can do that. But you don't get paid for anything. I think you're allowed to attend one of the rehearsals for free or something like that. But other than that, you are on your own. So you need to be a dedicated fan. That's basically what I'm saying. So that is what's happening as far as like the rehearsals and scheduling is concerned. It will be a busy week for me. That will be the most fun weeks, though. I cannot wait. So let me see here. A few more questions before I move on. A lot of no entertainment show and stuff are happening in Memorial Day, even the TV broadcasting that relate the date. Yes, so as far as, like, as I mentioned earlier, it's weird. It happened in, the last time this happened actually, where we had a whole day off, was in Copenhagen in 2014. I remember that because it was really weird that we had all these rehearsals squeezed into like 3 days rather than 4, so those were long days. And then we had a whole day off. It was nice because my friends and I, we all went sightseeing through Copenhagen, right? So I plan on doing the same thing that day. I will still do Eurovision, but in the morning I will probably go to some of the other cities to see, because I want to have that much time. So that was, what... I lost my train of thought here already, see? Oh, that day. Yeah, so I'm just going to do some sightseeing, but I'll still talk to you guys. So I will be live streaming every day. So somebody was asking that in the chat. We will live stream every single day from the press center. Okay, here's the rules in case this is the first time with ESCunited or following the rehearsals, just for you to understand how this all works. So the rehearsals are closed to the press, the public, right? Especially the first round of rehearsals, I should say. So all we can do is watch the rehearsals in the press center. And we can watch the screen, so we can see it all in the press. However, we cannot go in there, record anything. It's only in the press center. You can listen in. You are allowed to listen to the vocals, and we cannot show you the screen. That is illegal as well. So you can only get the sound, which is considered background noise. So you can definitely listen in with that. You can hear how they sound, and the team and I will give you the best breakdown of the staging, what's happening and all of that, and how it worked, how it looks, the camera angle. We're trying to be as descriptive as humanly possible. And that's what we're going to do throughout the entire week because the rules have been tightened by the EBU. There are no recordings of the rehearsals allowed. The second round of rehearsals, we are actually allowed inside of the arena, but you're only allowed to record, or not record, but certainly show a minute of rehearsals overall, of all rehearsals combined. They want to keep it as close to the public as much as possible. So once again, we will be in the press center talking, giving you the vibe of the press center, take you around the press center, outside, inside, and just take you there with us. It's really cool. So that is what we're going to do. That's going to happen throughout the entire week, or the entire weeks. We're going to be in the Euro Club, Eurovision Village, all of that stuff. So that is what's going to happen. This is how we're going to handle it. So, I see a lot of questions here that I need to answer. Eurovision in Ireland, have you ever been approached for Eurovision Hub? No, I have not, but I talked to them in London, and they're super nice people. I don't know if I would have time for another project, so I wouldn't even know if I could do it, but I have not been approached by them. But they talked to me, and they're really nice people. Really nice people. I'm a big fan of them. So, but yeah, the answer is no. Who are you most looking forward to, and have you interviewed Hatari Clay? Yeah, Hatari interview is already up on our channel ESCunited, so feel free to check that out. Hatari is very strange to interview. They're very intense. You can see they play a little bit of a role there, which is fine by me. They talked about, we don't speak English or sing in English because it's the language of capitalism. And I'm like, okay. They're very interesting. So I enjoyed talking to them. I didn't get to talk to everyone because, again, on the second day of interviews, I fell sick. So I'm sad I didn't get to talk to John Lundvik. I'm sad I didn't get to talk to Duncan Lawrence. So hopefully I can do a lot of that in, Tel Aviv. So this is where we're at as far as the rehearsals are concerned. I am really curious how things are going to pan out. I'm also curious to find out how it's going to work. I mean, I'm with Madonna, right? Because we all know Madonna is going to perform at Eurovision this year. In 2016, we had Justin Timberlake taking part. Justin Timberlake did not rehearse until that day, because we have, in the grand final, we have the first dress rehearsals Friday morning, then the jury show Friday night, then the third dress rehearsal Saturday afternoon, and then the actual show Saturday night. Justin Timberlake was only there for the Saturday, so he missed the first dress rehearsals, and then the other two, the final dress rehearsal he actually rehearsed, and that's about it. So I expect something similar when it comes to Madonna. So I will keep you updated on that. People kept asking me about Madonna, what I think about it, and I said, my opinion as a Eurovision nerd. I want Eurovision to be the highlight. I understand why it's done and how it brings attention to the contest. I just feel as it takes a little bit away from the actual contest idea and people focus on Madonna. But hey, I love Madonna. I grew up with her music I don't remember a time where there was no Madonna. So, it's a pretty exciting thing that I get to meet her. I don't think I'll get to shake her hand or anything, but I at least going to be in the same room as she is going to. So that's going to be cool. I'm really excited about that. I'm also excited because she is going to perform, allegedly, according to Israeli media, one of my favorite Madonna songs, Like a Prayer, a song from the 80s, which I just love. I love Madonna's old stuff, even before I was a thing, right? I wasn't really around a whole lot in the 80s, but that song is just a classic. I love it so much. And then one of her newer songs, although apparently she's not going to perform her latest single, which is very interesting. But hey, it's a great promotional tool, and I do find it interesting because she's going to be paid so much. Yet there were all this whole disagreement with the broadcaster and the government about how to pay for Eurovision, yet to have all this money for Madonna. I hope it pays off in the end, my friends. I hope it pays off. But I'm very interested about that as well, and see how that's all going to pan out. Let me just answer a couple more questions here. In my opinion, no one is guaranteed qualification or non-qualification until the staging comes out. Remember Ireland and Moldova last year. I think that's a very fair point to bring up, Olivia. I do agree with that too, for the most part, actually. We don't know how a song comes across. Although I always liked the Moldovan song from last year. I was slightly surprised it was so disliked. So, yes, of course, the staging brought it up even more. But yes, absolutely. I'm not counting out any song. That's why when I said in my pre-rehearsal qualifications, this will change. This will definitely change. Every year it changes. And I expect the same to happen this year. So, Gil, you asking, Madonna was paid by a foreign Jewish contributor, not by the broadcaster. Okay, that is fair. I didn't even know all the details. Not that I care that much about anyway. They figure out the financial aspect of it. It's not for me. Angelship is asking, do you think Croatia can qualify? I do think they can. Yes, I will not count out Croatia at all. I do think that it's going to be a tougher road, but there is potential jury support there for Croatia. And if they get a good, decent push by the juries and doesn't completely flop with the televoters, they could squeeze through. I still don't think it's going to happen, but let's wait. Let's wait and see. Let's pick up the vibes that we see at the rehearsals. So we're going to see. So, a couple more questions here. Do you think that Germany is able to make a top 15? Nikita Martin saying, I don't know. I think it'll be a tough road for Germany. And I don't even dislike the song. It's really just, it needs also, I see potential jury support here. Because of harmonies, and it just feels like a jury favorite kind of song, but I am a little worried that it's not going to be enough to crack the top 15. I would say that like 18th place is as far as I can see them going. But that could be anywhere between 18th and 26th place for me. So I'm not as confident. Not that I'm rooting against them. I'm not rooting against them, I'm saying. But I'm just objectively looking at it. But if my home country is going to do well, I'd be like, what? I'll be happy. So, interesting. Nightcore Duffy. What is your favorite Nordic country's entry? Okay, this is a tough question. This is a very tough question because this year, to me, listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth. To me, the Nordic entries are insanely strong. All 5 of them, I have no problems. I don't really share my rankings because people get upset. I tried to do my top 41 ranking behind the scenes, and I think there's potentially all 5 of them could be in my top 5, in my top 20. So I feel as they all have very strong songs. As far as my favorites is concerned, man, I like them all. I'm not sure. Sweden? I don't know. I don't even remember. Next question. Thomas Laborie. Hi, Matt. Did you meet Bilal? Can you give more details about... Oh, my screen is too fast. Let me scroll up here. Can you give more details about your opinion on Bilal's performance? Are you optimistic for France than before the party? So, Thomas, the first question is, I did not get to meet Bilal because he was on my list. He was one of the... He showed up... He didn't show up late, but I think they did them in batches, for the acts to show up. They didn't want them all at the same time. So some acts showed up, did interviews, then the next group showed up. And Bilal was one of the later ones, I think, to show up. And that is when I was getting really sick. He was high on my list to interview, but I couldn't do it. I was in such a big mess at that point, so I had to leave. So I didn't get to meet him, unfortunately. Hopefully in France. He did join one of our live streams before, which was really cool. So I didn't meet him in person, but I met him online. And I said it before, I sound like a broken record, but I'll say it again. France has one of the best ambassadors a country can ask for. His heart and soul is into Eurovision. He lives and breathes it. I mean, you see his videos performing to all the songs. You want someone like that. So whether you win this whole thing or you come dead last, you know that Bilal will do his best. And you cannot ask for more than that. So I'm a big fan of Bilal as a person and the ambassador. I always call it the ambassador for Eurovision. So you should be very proud. My opinion of the song, if you watched my cons before, I'm not a big fan of the song Roi, right? It just doesn't jive with me the way I wanted to. But it's another song that definitely grew on me live. It is in London, everybody knew the words, was singing along to it. Like in a small venue, it feels great. It is so much fun to listen to it. Oh, give me 1 second. My battery's almost dead, so it's not charging for some reason. Let me plug that thing in real quick. I don't want my laptop to die all of a sudden. Give me 2 seconds. Here we go. I think I pushed the wrong button earlier, so I had to just plug in the charger real quick. How professional. Anyway, so about Bilal, he came across so well in a small venue. I loved it. So I wish him the best here. That's for sure. Like him very, very much. Okay, so let's see, before I move on to the next topic, let's see what else questions we have. Really curious to see your top 41 that you should share. No. Last year I didn't do it. Last year I shared a top 10, and not even the exact ranking. I just shared the 10 songs that are in my personal top 10, and it went downhill from there. It's unfortunate when it wasn't fun. And I say, you know what? I talk to these acts, I see the delegations, and it becomes very personal there. So I'm like, you know what? I'll just stick to saying which song I love and which don't. But I just don't want to share them. Even like I had people get upset when I had a song in third place. That wasn't good enough. So that's one of the downsides for Eurovision, because if I don't pick your country song as my favorite, I suck. Tyler M is asking, did you see the UK music video? I briefly watched it earlier for like a minute, but I had to do stuff, so I didn't finish the whole thing. But yes, I briefly saw the video. I'm gonna watch it later today in full, because my day, it's still early here. It's only 10:43. So the next question is, do you think Luca can win the whole thing? Luca, the singer for Switzerland. I don't know if he can. I mean, again, nothing is impossible, right? Who knows? I don't see Switzerland being a jury winner or even top 3 with the jury. So I think it's an uphill battle for him to win it. But anything between 2nd to 6th place, I see possible for Switzerland. Winning, I'm a little unsure of. So let's see here. Do you know the story about Jake Face React bribe? Yes. Well, at least, I don't know if there have been any updates over the past 2 weeks, but I know what the story is. I actually did a video on that, and then since Jake deleted his video, I removed mine as well out of respect for him. But I'm very well aware of the story. Very well aware. And if you follow me on Twitter, there's my Twitter handle, you fools. You know my opinion about that. So, forgive me, I'm very thirsty. Judith is asking, what are some of your favorites? Well, I can share with you that, at least. Some of my personal favorites. Some of them are fairly mainstream, and because they're popular for a reason. Those two include the Netherlands and Italy. I mean, both songs are just too good to be true. I think they are amazing songs. I also love Sweden this year. This is the first time in a long time that I like the Swedish song. So that is great. Yay, Sweden! I really, really like that one. I love Azerbaijan this year. Let me think, what else? Norway. Yeah, Norway is Euro sound that we need. It's not my number 1 maybe, but I love it anyway. Norway is a lot of fun. And there are other songs that that I really, really like. There are some songs that are less mainstream, or like they're fairly unpopular with the masses, but I love. And those are, for instance, Israel. Love Israel this year. I find Denmark adorable to the nth degree. I love these two songs so much. So these are songs that maybe not quite... And it seems as I'm the only person left in this Eurovision community that still loves Australia. Like, why? You guys are underestimating Australia. Here, I said it. I love Australia this year as well. So those are the less popular ones, but I love them anyway. Alberto Bacalado. Hope I said that right, Alberto. Hi, Matt. Well, hi back at you. What did you think about Miki's performance in London? It was ridiculously good. It was potentially one of my favorites. And this is the thing with Miki's song. Like, the revamped version may not be as energetic in the studio version, but stage-wise and live, it is amazing. The audience was going crazy. Everybody loved it. And Miki, I loved talking to him. I was able to talk to him as well in London. And he's a very nice guy, and he's into it. He's so in the moment. Love it, love it, love it. Oh, Nikolai Moller, thank you so much for the super chat. Hope you enjoyed your days in Europe. Which countries could you see winning the contest before the rehearsals? Do you have a feeling? Very good question. First of all, thank you again for the super chat. As far as my predictions winning the contest, I am kind of in line with the odds. I think the odds have a pretty good grasp on what I feel as well, like who are the potential winners are. The Netherlands, certainly up there, and there's a reason why they're still number one in the betting odds. This one will really come down to the staging and the vibe. So, but it's definitely in the running. Pre-rehearsals, that was your question. I agree with that. I do think, what is Italy right now in the betting odds? 5th or something like that? Italy is such a threat. I think it's that sleeping giant that could totally surprise. Could also not do as well. I think that one's a bigger wild card. But it's absolutely on my radar, Italy winning the whole darn thing. Those are the two that really, I think, will have the biggest shot at winning right now. I have to wait and see the staging, but those are the two that I would throw out there. I don't think Russia will win, as much as I love Russia this year. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't see Switzerland winning either. And who else is at the top? Iceland's going to do really well, but I don't think they're going to win. So those are my thoughts. Right now, pre-rehearsals. Okay. Do you think artists will be as creative with their staging as last year, or will they go back to relying on LEDs too much again? Old Lies, love that question. I love that question because that is what I pointed out last year as well. As annoying as it was not having LED screens, I did love the fact how each delegation had to be creative as far as the staging is concerned. So, this year, they can rely on the LEDs again, and I think people will be less creative as far as like props and all of that stuff is concerned, but it's also easier for everyone else behind the scenes when it comes to setting everything up, right? Less props means less running back and forth because they have like 5 seconds to get it all done. But yeah, I think we're going to see less props, but more relying on the LED screens. We have a lot of ballads that don't need a whole lot of crazy staging, just a pretty backdrop. Netherlands comes to mind. Austria comes to mind. North Macedonia comes to mind, etc. There are others as well, but they probably will just stand there and have a pretty backdrop, kind of just adding to the vibe of the song. So, yes. Long answer short, I do believe that there will be less creativity from a props perspective, and people will more focus on the actual LED screens. So, let me see if I have any other topics here that I wanted to address real quick. Oh, what's next between now and Eurovision? So, this is what I only have 10, 11, 12 days left before I once again leave for Eurovision. And I'm really excited, of course, going, but there is so much work to do. So I will do another live stream, at least one more, before I head out next Saturday. Hopefully I can squeeze in an extra one just to kind of keep you guys up to date. I will of course, keep posting all our review videos of the songs. I do have a couple of more interviews I need to upload. But yeah, basically, it's now all about preparing for Tel Aviv. My team and I, we're now behind the scenes talking about the process, who is going to do what, when, where, and why. Unfortunately, with the high demand in accreditation, press accreditation. We didn't get as many as we would have liked, so we're a smaller team. So, but we'll make it work. At least it's going to be more intimate, right? So you have the 5 of us again, moi. Sean, you know him, he's been doing it for years. You've seen Zach before. He wasn't there last year, but he was there in Kiev. David is there, Fernando is there, so the 5 of us will do, hopefully, a decent job keeping you entertained. It'll be fun, though, so I'm really excited about that. But we are behind the scenes prepping right now, figuring out who's going to do what, when, where. Our main focus will, of course, not main focus, but one of our big things will be the live streams throughout Eurovision, so make sure to subscribe to our channel, so when we go live, it'll come up immediately. I would also suggest, if you have Facebook and Twitter, to also follow us there. Not just using it as a shameless plug here, but sometimes it's easier to put something out there rather here on YouTube, like a quick video if someone's performing. I will try to do that. So when there are news and updates, they will be on Twitter. I'm always on Twitter, or most of the time. So make sure to follow me on there to keep you up to date as well. But we are preparing for all of that. Who's going to be on the live stream? Who's going to do all the graphics and the videos, the editing? And there goes a lot into that planning. When you're going to work, where, how, blah, blah, blah. So we are trying to figure that one out right now. That is a main chunk of my focus right now when it comes to Eurovision. And yeah, and then I'll just keep uploading videos. If you have any ideas of any videos I could do between now and the contest, or like the rehearsals, I should say, let me know. Let me know right here, right now. I would love to hear from you. Oh, Lewis, you and your team did a great job in the press room in London. I didn't push anyone aside. I just want to be, I did not push anyone aside. It was so nice to meet you. It was very nice meeting you as well. Hope to see you again soon. Thank you again for approaching me. It's always, I love when people do that because, you know, I don't know, people know me and I don't know them per se. So it's always never feel intimidated approaching me. I love talking to people. Unless I'm running for my train, I'm late for my train, then I may just be rushing. But other than that, never worry to approach me. All right. So, so this is what's going to happen right now. All I do is preparing. Eurovision Iceland. Can you do a smash or pass with the Eurovision contestants? Eurovision, I know those videos are popular, but I don't like that. I don't like. One thing I hate the most is judging people based on their physical appearance. I don't like it. I've never liked it when people did that to me. I don't want to do it to people. I would smash them all. How about that? I'm a good old Eurovision whore. Any minors in the room, I apologize for my language. I'm kidding, by the way. I don't want to leave that impression right now. I'm not. Deep is asking, would you be able to upload small rehearsal videos or stream them? No, Deep, we are not allowed to upload any rehearsals or live stream them. As I said earlier, the EBU is very strict. They tightened the rules very much last year. So all you will get are the clips that you'll find on the YouTube channel of Eurovision. And there you get like short clips, but that's about it, not the whole thing. So that's why we will do our best to describe everything that's going on. We'll be able to upload like performances at Eurovision Village, the Euro Club, and all of that. But not in the arena. The first round of rehearsals, we are not even allowed inside the arena. The second round, we are. We can take pictures maybe, but we cannot show you any clips. It was new last year. Some people didn't realize it, forgot, or didn't care. They uploaded videos and they were banned for life from Eurovision. The YouTube channels were shut down. So I don't want to be that person. Plus, I'm a rule follower. Okay. ESC Fan Forever is asking, which 3 songs are you most excited to watch live that weren't at the pre-parties? I mean, I see some performances, people perform live, just not at the Eurovision pre-party. I think Russia comes to mind. I've seen them before. I know they can't sing, but I'm just really curious about the staging. So Russia is really high. As far as, I haven't really seen in much performances live. Obviously, Cyprus comes to mind. Can Cyprus pull it off again this year and bring something amazing? I mean, they have the song. Can they bring the staging? I'm really curious about that one as well. Let me think. Who else is there that most people have done something, right? I'm trying to see who has not been involved. I mean, Russia hasn't been. Cyprus, Malta. Malta, I'm curious about. They are not really sending her around at all. So because I'm a little worried about her stage presence and the style, her dancing, her style, her persona that we've gotten to know throughout her time on X Factor, I think. Her personality doesn't match the song, so hopefully they can come up with something that will work. So that is my hope. Eurovision in Ireland is saying, Matt, you should do a live stream with Alessia Michelle. Oh, because both of you have such good opinions and are plain honest. First of all, thank you for the compliment. Yes, I love her. She's great. I met her. I only met her briefly once in Lisbon. I don't think she recognized me, actually, because I was like, hey, I love your work. And she's like, thank you. But I think I caught her in a bad moment. Like, she was really busy. And I was like, I'm a fan. And but she's great. Yeah, so I'd love to talk to her there again. I'll try to approach her. It's just so busy. You have no idea how busy it can be during those rehearsals. But if I can get her somewhere somehow, I would love to. So, so I just want to let you know this is what's going to happen over the next week. So I will be uploading a lot of videos. If you have any other suggestions, tweet at me at Matt at ESCunited for videos. I try to squeeze it in every day. I'll be working, and I will communicate as much as possible with you. Luis is actually saying, I think Malta were saving money on pre-parties to get great staging. That could be too, Luis. I'm hearing people talk a lot in the Eurovision world, as you know, right? But I'm hearing also that she's very shy. She's not good with interviews, so they didn't want to put her in an awkward position. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm not sure if that is true. Either way, it's their decision. I don't hold it against anyone if they don't want to do it. I would have loved to talk to her, though, because I want Malta to qualify. Obviously, it's been a few years, so hopefully they will be back. That is my hope. So, anyway, this is now, I have like a few more minutes. I've been answering your question anyways. Throw your questions at me at ESCunited, and I do like 5 more minutes of answering questions, and then we're done. Okay, first question here. Michael Svetlik. What is your opinion on acts perform at the pre-parties to a full playback? Michael, they weren't performing to a full playback, I think, right? I thought they were partial, kind of more like Melodie Festival and playback, like the backup vocals were pre-recorded. But most people were singing live, to my understanding. Am I off there? Either way, I mean, it's not I'd rather be everything live, but I understand that, you know, if you have to also bring all your backup singers with you to these Eurovision pre-parties, that's going to be even more expensive. So I understand why they're not doing that. But all of them sang live. I think it's more the Melodie Festival where you can sing along to a backtrack. Next question. The jury love Malta. They will put it in top 3, if not the winner. I don't know, Deep, if it's going to be a winner, but they often put Malta high up there, so I can see that. So I just don't know if this is a Malta, if this is a jury favorite, and it's a tough semi with so many jury favorites to begin with. That's why I'm a little worried. I can see easily Malta being in the top 5 of the juries. Absolutely. And I mean, let me be real here. When I said, you know, that I'm a little nervous about her personality matching the song, Malta will qualify. I mean, they're going to qualify. They are going to qualify. Why am I talking like Donald Trump and have to say everything 3 times? But anyway, I just want to bring it across. That is exactly what it is. Eurovision Ireland is asking, are you worried that if Italy wins Eurovision, they won't host it? No, they will host it. Oh, I know for a fact that they will host it. They were ready to host it in 2017, and they will host it. I know, when I'm not confident about something, I would tell you. But I'm very, very confident that Italy is going to host it. Not worried about it at all. There you have the answer. Okay, so Robert De Boer is saying, have you made an interview with Duncan Lawrence? Because I haven't seen it yet. No, I didn't get to talk to Duncan Lawrence, unfortunately, because I fell sick. And then I had no time to ask for an interview, and I had to leave, which really sucked. So I'm hoping I get to talk to him in Tel Aviv. But maybe he has seen my video. I don't know. Maybe he wants to talk to me. But it was just a crazy day there, and with me falling sick, I didn't get to talk to him. Okay, so what other questions do we have? Well, I can. Matt, when is your top 41 video coming? Jade Funky Coffin is asking. I said it earlier, I will not do a top 41 video because this is too controversial. I mentioned earlier in the video, I will not do it. I'll share with you the songs that I like and the songs that are not are my favorites and all of that stuff, but I will not do an actual ranking. I can't do it. What countries do you think are the best at staging looking back at the last few years? Well, until last year I would have said Russia, but that kind of reputation went down the drain last year. Who else has been really good at staging? I think Austria has been doing a really good job at staging, right? There's a reason why they've been doing so well. Austria comes to mind. I'm trying to think what other countries. I wanted to say Belarus, but for better or worse, at least they're going all out. I can say that right now. Let me see. I see it's so hard to say right now. I would have to go through all the songs, countries. Countries that have been really consistent in their staging. Hungary has been doing a good job. So I would definitely say Hungary is up there. Yep, those are my two answers. Hungary and Austria. How about that? Let's see here. Armenia and Azerbaijan really good at staging. That is true. I'm meant to see Armenia. Although people were not as impressed with Armenia and Azerbaijan's staging last year. So maybe that's why they didn't come, were on my radar right away. But usually they're doing a pretty good job as well with that. And Robert De Boer is saying he has seen my video and he appreciated it a lot. He thinks it is an honor. Oh, that is really nice. I tried to kind of catch his attention in London when I was still walking around, but I don't think he saw me. Or he didn't want to be up in my face. But that is nice. Hopefully I get to talk to him in Tel Aviv. I'm very sad I didn't get to talk to him, that's for sure. Because, as you know, I'm a big fan of the song. All right, a couple more questions here. Françoise Hermelink, do you get to interview acts when rehearsals begin? Yes. So, and this varies by delegation, but the process is usually, this is how it works, especially the first round of rehearsals and second round of rehearsals. They have the sound check in the morning. Let's use Cyprus, because Cyprus is the first country to rehearse, right? Cyprus comes in, 9 in the morning. I could be off with the timing. I'm just saying 9 in the morning, they're doing a sound check. From like 9 to 10, behind the scenes. They're making sure that the microphone is sounding well, the earpieces, they're behind the scenes, singing into a screen. Sound check, right? So they're going to do that. Then at some point, let's say at 10 is when they rehearse for the very first time. They have 40 minutes to rehearse. And during that time, they get to perform 3 to 4 times. So they sing 3 to 4 times their song. So she gets to sing replay on replay. Ha! See what I did there? And they perform once. They were in the rehearsals. Then the entire team gather and they'll watch it on TV. And then they're like, okay, let's do this. Let's change that. They're going to do all of that. And then they perform again 2 to 3 more times, depending on how much time they have. They have a total of 40 seconds. Then they go behind the scenes again and watch all of that stuff again. And make notes and discuss what needs to change for the second round of rehearsals, which then will be a few days later. And then at some point, I'm sure they're allowed to eat, because, you need to eat and drink. And then they'll make their way to the press center. They have a meet and greet or press conference that usually lasts between 20 to 30 minutes. And where the hosts talk to them, like they have not green room hosts, they have like the meet and greet press conference hosts. They will talk to them, and then the press gets to ask questions. We sit in the audience, and they're going to do that. And after that, finally, then they will join. We have interview rooms where you can sign up, and you talk to the acts. Not all of them do interviews every day. Some of them don't do any interviews. It's really up to the delegation to decide. The head of press is in charge of that, and you talk to them. And but hopefully I will get a few more in. But we have a small team, so I don't know how many interviews we can do. But I will do my best. That was a long answer, but I wanted to give you a little bit more of a breakdown on how things work. Okay. Oh, Sabrina, I love the way you start the questions. I have an uncomfortable question for you. I need to get a shirt with that on there. But did you see the video of Siren Song? I saw the performance. Does she have an official music video out? I haven't seen that yet. The national performances, both of them, I obviously have seen it. Yes. I'm still sad. I'm still sad about that. Julia ESC. Hey, Matt, do you think Portugal's stage will be great? I don't know, but I'm curious to find out if Portugal's going to keep it the same or change it up. Because, the first, in the semifinals, the Portuguese staging was kind of but in the finals it was kind of cool with the dancer. I'm still not sure if this would work for the average viewer. It's too bizarre, but I liked it. So I'm just curious to find out if they're going to change it or keep with what they know. I think they're going to change it up a little bit. I think it's going to be good. I want Portugal to do well. The least I need is Portugal in the finals. Did you, by the way, if you look at the Eurovision odds, I think Portugal's now in 11th place in the betting odds in the semi. So according to the betting odds, Portugal's not even going to qualify. I'm like, when did that happen? That ain't right. I'm being dramatic. But that is just how it goes. Let's see if we got a few more questions. What do you think of Albanian entry Juxin? Okay. Here's my official statement of the Albanian entry. First of all, I love Janita. If you saw my interview with her, we had such a good time. She is so funny. She's so energetic. Huge fan of her. On the interview, I got some really odd statement saying, I don't think you should interview Albania if you do not like the song. You're being fake. Blah, blah, blah. I never said I didn't like the song. I love the song. It's definitely in my top 15. So it's really high up in my ranking. I think why people were so upset with me is because I am worried, and that was all pre-contest, pre-rehearsals, pre-concerts, that Albania is an unlucky non-qualifier. So I predicted that Albania will not qualify. This had nothing to do with my personal taste. I love the song. And more than anything, I love the performance. Like when you are in there, Janita's voice is so powerful. She sang, when she sings, it's like that's all you hear. It is such an amazing voice, and that will come across. I'm a big fan of Albania this year. There you hear it. No more confusion there. I'm allowed to, even if I didn't like her song, I'm not allowed to talk to her. This is not about who I like or don't like, so I should ignore all the songs that acts that I don't like the music of. Who does that? Annoys me when people are like that. Okay, Mies Drickers is saying, what is your opinion on this year's idea for the postcards? I'm sorry if you already mentioned it. I joined you a little bit later. Mies, this question has not been asked yet, or at least I've not seen it yet. I gonna claim ignorance. All of these were posted while I was in Europe, and I deliberately ignored them because I didn't want to have it spoiled just yet. Maybe I should check them out. I'll check them out today, but I have not seen them yet. So that is my short answer. Okay. Question. I cannot read your name, forgive me. Do you think Russia can win? This year's entry doesn't seem to be as popular. Russia is one of my favorites this year again. I'm not saying the favorite, but it's definitely probably somewhere in my top 10. But I love musical theater music. And this is very musical theater. And people don't have it on their radar as much because it's not an instant kind of catchy song. This song was written with the staging in mind. It's a full package. So I feel as once we see the staging, it'll all come together. And that is ultimately what it comes down to. So Russia is already number 2 in the betting odds, and for a reason. So I think this will go up even more in come May, right? Whether or not it's going to be enough to win, I don't know. People are saying the juries may be preventing another Russia win because it's Russia. But I'm not counting them out yet. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Which act surprised you the most meeting in person? Louise is asking. Okay, so surprise in a good way, I would assume you mean. I'm going through it right now. I was surprised. I mean, the first thing I was surprised that Sir doesn't speak English very well. I thought her English, she sounds like someone that speaks English well, but there was always a translator in Amsterdam that I have worked with. That was a surprise to me, but she was delightful anyway. So that wasn't the. I didn't expect Luca from Switzerland to be that energetic. Like, it feels like he had like 5 cups of coffee before I talked to him on camera. I love it though. I'm gravitating towards it. When he has fun, he's into the moment. He cursed in my interview. That was funny to me. But I think that he surprised me the most. I didn't expect that much energy from him. He is really just a ball of energy, and I loved him for that. So that's my answer. That is my answer. What is your guilty pleasure this year, Jade Funky Coffin? That's one thing I will say about this year. There are not many guilty pleasures. Like, we usually have some gimmicky, silly comedy songs. There is a significant lack of that this year. And I think the closest that comes to it is San Marino. So that is my answer. Say Na Na Na, horrible song title. I should have taken an extra day to write it. A little bit more than 5 minutes. But I still like it. My top 10, no. But when it's on, I'm happy. So if Serhat ends up qualifying, I will not cry. You won't see me being upset about it. Unless it's at the expense of one of my favorites, then maybe yes. But I wouldn't know until after the show anyway. So, but my answer to your question, San Marino. Okay, so let's see if there are any other questions. Deep again. Do you think that we may have a new winner or a new fan favorite during the rehearsals? Potentially. I could see definitely Russia. I mean, Russia is still a favorite already in second place. I could see them going back to first. I could see Cyprus pulling a similar trick like they did in 2018. I mean, they're also doing really well, 7th place right now, but they could go up quite a bit. I'm trying to think of some. I think that it's not going to be a fan favorite or in betting odds favorite, but I do see Australia going up in the betting odds quite a bit come rehearsals again. I do think it's overlooked. So those are my guesses right now. All right, let's do 2 more questions. I didn't realize we get so many questions. I thank everyone for sticking around. Where do you see Greece finishing in the final if you consider them as a qualifier pre-rehearsal? So Vasilix 6. As of right now, pre-rehearsals, if you're a fan of Greece, you should be very happy because as of right now, today, I anticipate Greece to win the semifinal that they're in. So semifinal 1, Greece will win it. That is how I feel about the song. And as of right now, I see Greece in the top 10 overall. Where? I don't know. But they're definitely a top 10 candidate. Let's wait and see if that's going to happen. But that is just my feeling. So that was my answer. Let me see if there are any other questions. Oh, Josh Baldwin saying, I think it's quite clever that Russia has sent a ballot they have sent the ballot that they have sent. I think that he knows the jury's word. Why didn't he win in 2016? So sending a bit of a jury bait song may be smart to try to win. Josh, you're like my doppelganger because it's basically what I said when I first heard the song. Sergey and his team, they're very smart people. Nice people, talented people as well, right? But they're also smart. And they know that they need to win. In order to win the contest, they need to get at least 3rd place or 4th, but in the top 3 with the juries. And this song has the potential. Absolutely. It is definitely something that they had in mind. I'm no dummy. And with the right staging and all that, it could work. I don't think Russia will win the jury vote, but if they do like a Neta Israel thing where they finish in third place and get a amazing first place, it's possible. It's possible. It's possible. Yes. So, let me see if any questions. Who will win semi 2? Oh gosh, what did I say? I forgot. I did a prediction video, and I don't even remember what I said in semi 2. Did I put Netherlands in first place? I don't even remember. No, I did put Russia. So I was, now I remember. See, I was in my prediction video. Watch it. Watch it, you fool. I was going back between Netherlands and Russia winning it. And the only reason, and I said, I'm going to put Russia in first place for multiple reasons. Number one, the uncertainty with Netherlands, how it's going to look and sound, and if it's come together. With Russia, I know it'll come together. So I have more confidence in the Russia staging. I'm hoping for good staging for the Netherlands, but with Russia, I'm a lot more confident. So that is why I put Russia, as of right now, winning semi-final 2. But once again, let's wait for the rehearsals. If Netherlands delivers, I might flip that around. But this is where I'm at right now. Hopefully that answers your question, Anne. And I think that's all the questions we have for now. And again, I will join you guys again definitely next Saturday. I'll see if I can squeeze in an extra live stream at some point. But I am going to be busy. Make sure you follow us here because plenty of review videos of the songs will be posted. Who will win the ESCunited jury? You'll find out soon. So thanks again for watching, everyone, and I have a good night. And we're almost there. We're almost there at Eurovision. At Eurovision, you know what I mean. I can't even say the words anymore. That's how excited I am. Anyway, have a good day, everyone. Thanks for watching, and thank you for everything. Bye-bye.